want to tell you about the absolute best hack for helping colicky babies, also tell you about the absolute best hack for helping reduce fevers, and the best hack ever for helping increase breast milk supply. And crazy enough, it's actually the same thing that helps with all of these things. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Have you ever had that moment where you're holding your baby as a mom? I'm not a mom, right? But as you're holding your baby as a mom and somebody says, hey, can I hold your baby? And your baby's totally chill, they're fine. You're like, sure, you can hold my baby. Pass your baby over to them, and all of a sudden baby's losing it. Like they want nothing to do with that person that's holding them currently. Your baby can sense when you as a mom are stressed, and you might notice like on days when you're having a crazy day, it seems like the baby's just as crazy or even crazier, and that just kind of adds to it until you finally wind down at the end of the day and everything calms down, right? And then baby starts to calm down too. Skin to skin post-birth is absolutely essential because it helps baby regulate and co-regulate with you as soon as they're born. And so your intuition isn't wrong. Your nervous system as well as your baby's nervous system are totally intertwined and connected. And we're going to talk more about what this means. This video is for moms with fussy babies who've maybe tried literally everything. Moms who maybe feel like there's something deeper going on with their baby and they just don't know exactly what to do. And moms who want to feel empowered and connected in early motherhood. They want to feel like they enjoy motherhood. They want to feel like all good things happen when they became a mom, and they don't want to feel stressed out all the time. This video is definitely for you. If you watch this enough, you know that the nervous system controls literally everything, right? Heart, lungs, stomach, thousands of things. But a baby's nervous system is actually underdeveloped from an early age, right? It's not, they don't come out as geniuses necessarily, right? It's underdeveloped, and that's actually on purpose. Babies are actually wired to regulate through moms. So when a baby's struggling with something like colic, or they are having troubles with breastfeeding issues, or they are having troubles with just chilling out in general, co-regulation is actually the secret to calming and connecting and thriving together as a mom and baby couple, so to speak. So there's actually over 1 million neural connections per second that start to develop over the early childhood years from infant and as they continue to grow. So when a baby is stressed out, having skin to skin time actually equals that a better breastfeeding cycle, it equals a better temperature regulation cycle, and it equals less crying. And when they have that skin to skin contact, it's not just that, oh, this feels nice, but their body is learning how, with your body, how to do what it's supposed to do. And eventually to the point where they don't need as much of that skin to skin contact, right? And that doesn't happen for a long time. And that doesn't go away for a long time, right? It lasts for a while. And so skin to skin contact, not just at birth, but also in the early infancy up through a very long time, it can be very beneficial. Mom and baby literally sync together, their heart rate and their breathing and their stress hormones when they do skin-to-skin contact. So it's really, really important to do. It's a biological dance that really builds emotional resilience and physical health for your baby, as well as for you. It's important for you as a mom to do that too, because you feel that connection as well. The definition of co-regulation is basically this: your nervous system helps your baby regulate theirs, and it goes back and forth, but primarily your nervous system helps your baby regulate their nervous system. So if you're calm, your baby's calm. If you're stressed out, then your baby's stressed out too. And so it's important to read your own nervous system and understand your own nervous system so that your baby can actually do what they're supposed to do, so that you don't have this stress spill over onto your baby, because then parents will ask, well, why is my baby acting so crazy? It might actually be because your nervous system isn't as calm as it could be. Sure, there's going to be stressful parts of parenthood, but that's something that you need to be aware of, right? And be able to figure out how to manage. Essentially, you, mom, you are the template for how your baby regulates their emotions, their sleep, their digestion, thousands of things. Let's not say thousands, that's maybe a little bit overkill, but a lot of things, okay? There's two sides to your nervous system. There's a fight or flight side, we call that the sympathetic side, and then there's the rest and digest side, the parasympathetic side, or the vagus nerve controlled side. And a baby will pick up on what state you're in throughout the day all the time, right? So pick up on facial expressions for sure, voice tone, your breathing, just how you feel, right? Because your skin has a lot more than just like it's there and existing, right? It has temperature to it. You can feel your heartbeat through your skin. So there's a lot of things. And so if you're dysregulated as a mom, then your baby might be too, and typically is. There's a lot of different things that can contribute to dysregulation when it comes to a baby. And we're not going to talk about these in deep detail, but if you had a stressful pregnancy, then that spills over into a stressful early infancy, right? And that exposes baby to all those stress hormones as well too during pregnancy and postpartum. And then if there's birth interventions or physical trauma, that can spill over into like how you feel postpartum as well too. And so it creates what we call subluxation or neurological interference. And then a baby that has had those experiences from their mom will also grow into babies that, rather than grows out of the breastfeeding issues and the colicky issues and all that stuff, will grow into a baby that has sensory issues potentially, or a kiddo that has reflux or emotional dysregulation and sleep and digestive issues. And so what we're finding is with something called heart rate variability, heart rate variability measures nervous system health and really tells us how adaptable is it. Is it shifting appropriately from fight or flight to resting, healing, and digesting and relaxing appropriately, kind of back and forth when your baby and you get hit with certain stressors throughout the day? And the reason that this is so important is because a baby and a mom's heart rate variability will match each other throughout the day. And it's really cool to look at. In our office, we measure this with something called insight scans, heart rate variability. We measure it with our insight scans, and we'll see that moms and babies will have very similar heart rate variabilities. They might not be exact, but they're pretty darn close. And I'll even see this not just with babies, but with parents and older kids, 4, 5, 6, 7, like older kids, because kids co-regulate with their parents throughout their entire life. Sometimes more kids than others, but it's a big thing. So in our office, we start with these insight scans to measure how stressed out the nervous system is. Then from your kiddo's health history, as well as your pregnancy history, as well as a bunch of other things that have led up to where baby's currently at, I create a personalized plan for mom and for baby, and then we use very gentle and specific chiropractic adjustments to help restore the appropriate flow and function of the vagus nerve. Then what we'll see sleep improve, we'll see breastfeeding improve, we'll see babies just be happier, better emotional regulation, they just feel more calm and content, and you can see that connection, you can feel that connection. I'm not a mother, but I have a wife, and she has 5 adorable, beautiful kids. And motherhood is amazing, but it's hard when your baby struggles. So just know this, it's not your fault, you just need a neurological reset. And we want to be able to help you and help your baby reset. And so the best results actually happen in our office when we see entire families under care. So sometimes it'll happen like this. Baby will start care, and then mom will be like, wow, baby's doing really good. Do you see parents too? And I'm like, yeah, we totally see parents. Sometimes they start together, but we found that when families start care and they get under care together, the amount of change that families will experience is much more significant and oftentimes happens faster. So we only get them for a few minutes, your kiddos, right? We only get you guys in our office for a few minutes when you come from adjustment to adjustment, but you're with them every day. And so we want to be able to help their nervous system function so that you can be happy, they can be happy, and ultimately they'll just thrive and grow up healthy, happy kids. Because healthy kids grow up to be healthy adults. That's what we're all about. Head to the link in our bio or shoot us a direct message and schedule your family scans today. We'll see you later.